I can't hear you, Anwesh.
Uh, sorry, Rafi, can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I can now I can.
So yeah, I have done the share screen as well. We can get
Okay.
started. So it's in the same study, Rafi, King for Endgames. But you
Okay.
can, I mean, if it's okay for you, you can use the screen share as well.
Yeah, I'll just look at your screen. It's fine.
Yes, perfect. So this is White's turn, White to play and win. So since we were doing active king, I decided to get this position as well out of our way.
hmm So I don't know. I calculated some of it, but I feel like I can just walk the king up the A file to the B file, get my king to B5, and you know, black really can't approach my B2 pawn because the moment he does, I'm gonna push it to B4.
Okay.
And the thing is that if he tries to approach it again, I push it to B5. And then I have my king on B6, but by then his king will be on C4. So the challenge is how do I save my pawn and win the black one at the same time? And it doesn't seem like I
Rafi,
can.
could you give me 1 minute, please? Somebody's at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry about it. I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, so what did you figure out?
Looks like if I play King A2, B3, B4, B5, B6 versus playing B4, King B2, King C3, C4, C5,
Mhm.
B6. In both routes, what happens is the moment that my pawn is on B5 and my king is on B6, it seems like his king can get to C4
Yes.
also.
Perfect.
So the thing is that I need to figure out how to maybe, I don't know, use some type of shouldering method or something to keep the king from coming in closer somehow. Um, as far as how I can accomplish that is a difficult. Maybe it means that I need to bring my king out to like D3
Yes,
or something like
perfect.
that,
Mm-hmm.
because that will keep E2, E3, and E4 out of his range. And if he tries to come closer, I basically follow him with like King D4 or something like that. And that way I can, yeah, I can kind of use that wall to keep the black king away and at the perfect timing start scooting my king over and hopefully be able to take the B6 pawn in time before he can come to the E2 pawn.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's just, I don't know, that's theoretical. I don't know if calculation, I need to see if that actually works. So king D1, king G2, king D3. He'll play, I'm sure, king F3, king D4, king F4, king D5, king F5, B4, king F6, king D6, king, I don't know, F5,
King C7.
B5. Yeah, then B5, B6, king C7. I take the pawn and he can't get to my pawn in time, I think, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, yeah, maybe that's the solution. I don't know.
That is the solution, and that's exactly how I think White should play King B1. So the point is, you actually do use the shouldering method in this position. So before Black starts getting to your pawn, you block him, and if he keeps going, you just follow him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment he starts coming around, now you just make progress on this side.
Right.
So king e4, b5, and okay, now he can't catch you. Yeah, you just go here next.
Yep.
That is actually the correct answer here. So perfect. I mean, the most important part was you actually figured out what's the problem with king a2 and b4. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
that's like more important in king pawn endgame. As we say in king pawn endgames, the more you calculate, the better it is. Instead of just finding the solution. So since you
Mm,
rejected already both these moves, automatically this becomes the move, but you can say that you actually did calculate all three variations completely. So that's the plus point.
gotcha. Okay, good.
Okay, perfect. So let's go to well, I do have a few more examples on different themes. So I'm gonna at least try and explain and touch all the examples that I have prepared. And
Okay.
accordingly, we will, I mean, after the session, I will give you tasks related to those examples.
Okay.
Okay, so this position is, well, this is white to play. And the question they're asking is, white made this move, rook e1. So how good of a move is this? And if you are black, how do you think we should proceed?
I think we looked at this one, but it's this is a I think a game between two really famous players. I want to say it's like Kasparov or something. But anyway, rook sacrifice on C3 basically.
Hmm. So the point is you get an
And
outside pass pawn, yeah?
right.
Yes, so this was actually Fisher's game. We saw this before. And after the trade, we just take our king here
Over here, yeah.
and create a outside pass pawn, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
So that's fairly simple and easy to understand as well. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we will look at different position now based on this outside pass pawn concept, okay?
Okay.
So this is white to play. The question is, can white win this?
I don't know. Um, I feel like white probably can't because, white really has one way of trying to push for the win, which is, well, two ways. One is to try to grab B2, I mean B4 and A5, and the other way is to grab the D6 pawn.
Mm-hmm.
In either variation, if white wants to do that and make a queen, it's taking him on average like 11 moves to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas black can queen in 9 moves, really. In
Okay.
Because black only has to do, basically grab that F6 pawn, move out of the way, and make a queen.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, then the only thing I'm wondering is if there's some type of way that
There is definitely, I mean, white is winning for sure, but you have to figure out that way. You have solved like 90% of the problems. So
the only thing I was thinking about is if there's some way that I can get a head start towards the left side of the board with my king while making black go backwards. For example, like the moment that I play something like F5 or F4, he has to play King G8. Can I make something like that happen? But even if that was the case, though, I feel like white is still way too slow. Even if my king is on F4, he's on G8 and it's my move, it's still gonna take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moves to queen. It's gonna take him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 moves to queen.
mhm,
So
still not enough. Yeah.
right. Um, so I've considered getting my king to like D3 or something and playing A4, but I mean, what difference does it make? Well, I guess if I can get my pawn to A4, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's still so many moves before I can queen. So that's not working.
Okay. So
Oh my gosh. No, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Wow. That's crazy. I got it.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to make the black and Zugzwang, and he will play A4 and I will win.
Okay. How do
I
you
will
get?
do that by leveraging that H4 pawn.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna push that pawn all the way to H7, put my king on H6, make him play king H8, and then he has to play A4, and I will win.
Okay. How do you
But
get?
it's not so simple because after A4, I take, he plays B3, right?
Yeah.
So that's another problem, actually, I just realized.
Mhm.
He plays B3. I play A5. He just plays B2, A6, B1 queen with, and yeah, I'm not gonna win that race. So if his king isn't stuck on h1, h8, mine is on pawn is on h7, king is on h6, he's in stalemate. He plays a4. If I don't take it, then I mean, if I don't take it, then I don't have any alternative move, really.
Mhm.
Wait, thought I had it, but never mind. Hmm.
So basically, the that you were to get to h7 and progress. In that way, it would not be the case of an outside pass pawn. That would be more like a stalemate trick to win the game. But this one has completely to do with only the outside pass pawn. So basically, the trick here is slightly different. We actually, I mean, as you said, we have to go to the queen side. Yeah, there is no way to make
Wait,
progress on the king side.
wait. Yeah, I got it. I know, I understand the idea here.
Okay.
I do understand it now.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait a second. Almost feel like this looks familiar, like I've seen this before or something, but I mean, I don't understand the solution, but I feel like the solution has to do with playing something like a3, walking over, grabbing the pawn on a3 with the king, and something like that. It just looks so familiar, but I can't quite figure out exactly what it is either. Like something like I play a3, he takes, and I play king c2, b1, a2, and then grab the a3 pawn or something like that.
But for that, you need to have your king on d3, yeah, before you play a3, right?
Right.
So when you play this, he will also come over like this.
Take the f6 pawn by then already, right? One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay, let's just say he does take the f6 pawn while I'm on d3. It's my turn now. So I play a3 then. He'll play king, I guess g6. He doesn't even have to take on a3, you know. If I take on b4, he takes back. I play king c4. He just plays f5. King takes b4, f4, king a5, f3, b4, f2. There's no way. I'm way too short, way too slow.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's one more idea I just got.
Mhm.
I wonder if there's a way. Like imagine if my h4 pawn goes to h5.
Mhm. Black has to play king h7, king g8.
He has to play king h7, right?
Mhm.
The idea that I have in my head is that I want him to first have to capture h5 and then go capture the f6 pawn somehow, which would gain me a little bit of time.
Mhm.
I'm basically trying to take away g6 from his king. So he has to go king h7, h6, g5, and f6. So that's 4 moves before he can get to f6. And I can do that right now, but also if I play king h7, though, he's all getting closer to it by playing king h7 is the thing. So then if I play h6, okay. So here's one more idea.
Hmm.
I get my pawn to h6.
Okay.
Then I start walking my king away, and if he tries to avoid taking the pawn on h6 and goes directly to g6, I'll play h7, then push him back again to the h file, which will give me another tempo. It should at
Hmm.
least, right?
Okay, yeah.
So let's look at some concrete lines. So let's just say I play h5, he plays h7, I play h6, he plays king, let's just say, I don't know, h8. Then I play king f5, he plays king h7. Then I go king e4. He can just take on h6. Let's just say he does that.
Hmm.
King d3, king g6. King c4. King takes f6. King b5. Let's say he chooses to protect the d6 pawn, so he plays king e7. King takes a5, f5. King takes b4, f4. King c3, f3. King d2, f2. King e2. I'm catching that pawn. And I have the a and b pawns. Okay, so that's one idea. So let's see if there's any way that he can mess that up. Uh, yeah, it seems like he really can't do anything to mess that idea up. I think the whole idea of this is just to use the H pawn as a decoy
Mhm.
to make the black king waste time on coming to the H file. So he can't go directly after the G6 pawn. He has to first eat the H pawn and then go to F6. By then, I think I will gain at least 2 extra tempi.
Okay.
Because in this variation we just looked at, my king is already on c4 the moment he steps onto f6. But if he doesn't have to eat the h4 pawn, then say king f4, king h7, king e3, king e6, king d3, king is already on f6. And I just played king c4. So I'm getting at least 1 extra tempo.
Okay.
And the thing is that that one extra tempo, it seems like will be enough for me to win the A and B and stop the F pawn. So yeah, let me go with that as a solution. Is that correct?
Okay, so which move order?
Okay, so I'll play white. So
Mhm.
H, let's start with H5.
Okay, so I think I don't have any option, yeah? So just king h8, king h7, something like that. King h7, probably. Let's just keep it here.
Wouldn't H8 make sense so that when I play H6, then you play H7?
But I think you can. Okay, let's keep it on h8, no problem.
H6. Well, hold on one second. So well, in this move order, it's really looking the same. Can we will go back a couple moves actually? Go back to the
Um,
beginning position. I'll start with King H6.
okay, so I have to play king h8,
Now H5.
king g5.
Now I play King G5.
Mhm.
You're not gonna come to H7?
Um,
Oh, okay, I got you. I got you.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
you play H.
now
Makes
you
sense.
can run away.
Now, yeah, I don't have to play H6 exactly. I was just gonna say now I can just start walking. So King F4,
Okay, let's see this variation.
King E4. Yeah. See, now I'm way faster.
Mhm. And you can push here.
I can do that, or I can come back and stop the pawn.
King c3.
Either. Yeah, that's hold on. Can I even stop the pawn? Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. With you helping with your king, I don't know if I can stop that pawn with my king.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be.
So go back for a couple of moves. Okay, so if I just, yeah, I have to take F5. So if I just straight up queen, I mean, I have two extra pawns. But maybe it's not enough to win because he can, for example, then he will just immediately start checking, I think. Like he'll get a queen on f1, so it's his turn now, and he'll play. I don't know. Maybe it's enough to win actually, because he will. I will basically very quickly walk my king up to c6 or something,
Hmm.
and probably take that pawn on d6 as well. So I feel like I have at least decent winning chances there. I don't know if there's a perpetual in there somewhere, but I don't think so. I think my king can just walk up, hide, and take d6.
If
I don't.
both sides queen, I think white should win this one.
Right, because like if he starts checking, I'll just be able to walk up and hide from the checks by going behind the black pawn. I
Mhm.
don't care for the b3 pawn. I just want to get the d6 pawn.
Yeah, I think this queen pawn endgame should be winning for white actually. Yeah, it is winning for white.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means black has to be careful and not play king h8, but king h7 right now.
Then I'll play h6.
Mm-hmm. So king h8 or something.
Now I will start walking again towards the queen side.
Okay, so this. But here you see, yeah, the difference is black is much faster.
King c6, f5, king d6, f4, king c7, f3, d6, f2, d7, queen. I queen with a check. Well, here I'm too slow.
One move
I was
short.
gonna, right.
Hmm.
So I was gonna go for the d6 pawn actually. That way I can
So
steal queen with a
here,
check.
here you mean.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so basically f5, king d6, f4, you move somewhere here,
Uh yeah,
f3, d6, f2, and you queen with a check, and you pick all these guys up, yeah?
that one up. Yes.
Looks actually fine. I mean, looks logical as well. So I'm just gonna make a quick check on this position, just to see if I missed out on anything. King at 7, at 6, I have to play this. So this was your point. Yeah, if I come king g6, you will play at 7, right?
Right.
Hmm. So here is the thing. After king b5, if I go king e7, stopping your king c6 idea, now you take this, and you can come here, right? You can catch the pawn.
I'm in time to stop the pawn now, right?
Yeah, because I think and okay, this is within the zone, yeah.
Right.
So white will play king c3, and now the king is not there to defend. Okay, wow, this looks interesting. Yeah, kind of possible, I think. I really don't see any defense for black. At 6, king h8, king f4. So now you can play h7, and this is just favor
Yeah.
white, yeah.
Yeah. I can also delay h7 and just play h7 after he takes on f6 also. But yeah, same thing.
Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. Yeah. So you're saying you can play king d3, and now kind of force him to go here. And now actually you can play this idea anyway, yeah?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, the solution they are actually giving here is slightly different. So they are actually marching the king straight away to f5. So king f5, king h7, king e4. So something like this: king f5, king h7, king e4, king d3. This is what they're trying to show. And after king f6, they're just going back king e4.
Wow. The idea is that if black decides to give up the f pawn for the h pawn, black king will be too far away, right? White will just take d6 quickly and queen.
Yes, exactly. Like basically the point is because of the f6 square, now white will sacrifice this pawn and the king will gain access to this square. That's why it was necessary for black to actually it was necessary for white that black captures the f6 pawn. So
Hmm.
this is what they're giving as the solution. So now if king g6, I think king f4, and okay, this is just winning, yeah.
Hmm.
You're just
Yeah.
gonna play h5 and king f5, king f6, take this. This is winning. Okay, but I'm actually interested in checking out your idea as well. So this idea of king h6, let's just see king h5, king g5, and king h7, h6, king f4. Actually, Rafi, I think you also did find the alternate solution.
Hmm. Okay.
King b5, yeah, it's winning. I mean, so here instead of king c6, we can go king. I mean, instead of king a5, we can go king c6.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the
Because
point
you
is,
didn't
after
protect the
this,
d6.
yeah, after this, you are absolutely right. We queen with the check, and we take all the pawns.
Right.
So black does not have any perpetual. Yeah, white definitely hides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I think you found the solution in a different way in the queen pawn endgame.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay.
So this was the simpler solution, I would say, just based on this one. So this is, you can see computer also prefers this one. So you take and
Mm-hmm.
just king e4 back. But yes, I think both are fine. I mean, I always say that if you find an alternate solution, it's even brilliant.
Yeah, I would not have considered this idea though at all. This idea of coming back with the king. That's crazy. But it makes sense because I'm taking advantage of the outside pass pawn. I should have recognized that.
Well, for me also, I think, I mean, if it was a game situation, I would probably first try and always consider this one, the pawn race basically, because this is also quite interesting. Yeah, I don't have to capture on a5 before I can actually walk up to c6 and take this one. So
Right.
the first instinct is definitely a pawn race kind of thing. But okay, since I knew that it is an outside pass pawn situation, I also did consider this king back to e4 idea. This is
Mm.
also simpler, but I'm actually very happy that I mean, at least you kind of, found an alternate solution to this position. And the idea is very interesting, yeah. Like you play king h8, so don't allow that maneuver which black was making.
Mm-hmm.
Now you play this. So king at 7, at 6. So finally, this is a zugzwang. Yeah, black has to go back only.
Right.
And then you come back, okay, and he has to go here. And then we just play king e4 or king e3. Doesn't matter. And yeah, this is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, very good, Rafi. This actually, I mean, I
Yeah.
would say I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean,
I am
usually,
too.
yeah, I mean, usually, these King Pawn Endgames are so strict that they only have like one solution, and we have to look for that particular one. But it seems
Mm-hmm.
we definitely found an alternate solution here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so this
Very
looks quite
interesting.
good. Yeah, this is very, very nice. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. But I did get the takeaway from this main takeaway that I should have recognized is that, because white has that outside passed pawn,
Mm-hmm.
means that in all these lines, I need to calculate the fact that black has to come all the way to the H file and try to grab that pawn. And if there's any way that I can force him to have to do that, because then in any endgame scenario, my king is going to be closer to all the other pawns than his. That is
Mm-hmm.
the main takeaway of this puzzle, I think, right? Is to recognize that to capture an outside passed pawn, black has to come all the way to the H file,
Mm-hmm.
which means that I will always be faster at getting to the other pawns in the position.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
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 Makes
Well,
sense.
that's very good. I think for today we can actually finish here.
Okay.
I would so just